So when we first announced Rage 2 before the E3 showcase, we promised you over-the-top action set in a massive open world, thanks to our friends at Avalanche Studios. Oh.
Bring out the Doom, you fucking game hobbit.
To show you even more Rage 2 today.
Yeah. Oh, good. Because that's what everybody's looking forward to. Just look at the chat. Everybody's really looking forward to the Rage 2.
Shared our first deep dive into Rage 2, featuring our seamless open world high octane action. Well, today we're going to show you even more. We'll take you to different locations, deeper into swampy wetlands.
Wait, different locations? Oh, this is already better than Rage 1.
And of course, you will see more of our powerful weapons, including a assault rifle, shotgun, and a rocket launcher.
Wow, look at that. I mean, assault rifle, shotgun, rocket launcher, I'm in.
And we also want to reveal a few more new tricks that you can pull off with the wing stick.
Yes, so if you want to be one of the first people in the world to play Rage 2, do it here before the game releases in spring of 2019.
Yeah, I was going to go to QuakeCon to play Rage 2. Yeah. Rage 2 hype 2019.
The Phoenix is an all-purpose death machine. A rolling Rube Goldberg of pain.
A rolling Rube Goldberg of pain. What is it, like Pee-wee's breakfast machine? What the fuck are you talking about? Stop trying to make Rage 2 a thing. We're going to do this game now, but we're going to do it right and make it not bland. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, good. Here we go. This is the Elder Scrolls stuff I've been waiting for. The Arachnotron, obviously. Good stuff. Where's my Pain Elemental? Where's my Archvile? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But I've already seen that. They've already put that out.
All right. It's time.
Is it time?
If you've never worked on a game before, you have to know that showing somebody your stuff for the very first time can be a little nerve-wracking. So,
you're showing a new Doom game at QuakeCon. I don't think you have much to worry about. You're riding off the success of a previous Doom game that was amazing.
Here to show us more of their latest game, please welcome executive producer Marty Stratton and creative director Hugo Martin on Doom Eternal.
Oh, there's that Mick Gordon music. Oh, yeah.
So, let's get to it. You ready to rip and tear?
Rip and tear. Doom hype.
That's awesome. Because literally that's where it all starts for us. Killing badass demons with big guns in unbelievable places.
So as you can see...
Oh my god.
in these concepts...
What is he, a fucking predator now? Look at that shoulder cannon, those wrist blades.
...to his armor and some new tools and abilities that make him even more lethal.
That's Doom 64, Zombie Man. What are you guys doing?
As many as last time. These guys are insane. Yeah. We've updated some favorites, reimagined some classics from Doom 2, like the Arachnotron, Pain Elemental. And we got some new bad guys for you to destroy, too. Check out this arch enemy of the Slayer.
Arch enemy.
And how about this guy, the Marauder? You know, anybody notice he kind of looks like the Slayer? That's pretty cool. There's a story behind that.
That's what I'm here for, the story behind that. Is it time? Is it time?
They know what's coming. They always know what's
I mean, yeah, because you scheduled it and you put it in the title of this fucking stream, so yes. I've only been waiting around here for 50 minutes.
Please remain calm. You may notice a slight change in the environment.
Okay. All right.
Fear not. It's all part of the plan.
Oh. Okay. I'm on board. Oh, God, yes. Super Shotgun looks even meatier. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the glory kills are even faster. The grappling hook I'm totally on board with. That's just... Oh, that looks fun. Oh, I wanted to see more of what happened to that Cacodemon. Are those blue health vials? Looks to me like they stole the Shadow Warrior remake's little, like, ninja dashes, which is great. I mean, if you're gonna steal something, you steal something good. Oh, here we go. I killed your mother in the last game. You know, it looks more colorful this time around. Like, Doom 2016 was very red, very red. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What is this extra life shit? Okay, the extra life thing I'm very suspicious about. Maybe if I wait and I'm patient, I'll know exactly what the extra life system is.
Remember, demon can be an offensive term. Refer to them as mortally challenged.
Well, ain't mortally challenged no more. A gore key. I think every key in this game is a gore key. Yeah, you know what? That looks fun.
Yeah. How about we go full bore and really see what the Slayer can do? Maybe little FOV change, little mouse and keyboard.
You guys like the mouse and keyboard, right?
PC Master
All right.
Race.
Buckle up.
We're going full PC Master Race.
Earth is the melting pot of the universe.
Yeah, you've got dashing now. Dashing is good. I always wanted dashing in the Doom 2016. It's here now. I'm happy. The shoulder cannon thing moves way too fast for me to get really a good beat on, so... yeah, okay. Coming invader. Grappling hook and super shotgun. Very good combo.
So you probably noticed there at the end that we're now giving players the ability to take control of a demon and invade another player's campaign.
That's right. You can actually even team up as demons to form a Slayer hunting party.
Yep. It's all just a really fun new way to add drama and unpredictability to your campaign.
We're really excited about Invasion, and you can look forward to a lot more on this down the road.
I really hope there's an option to turn that off. Because adding people into the equation in the single-player campaign is just asking to be dicked around.
We spent a bit of time so far just giving you a taste of hell on earth, but that is just one of the many, many places you'll go.
Yeah, we do a lot of environmental storytelling in Doom Eternal. We get to see how the UAC evolved, journey into new and fantastic places in hell, and take you to some places you've never been before in a Doom game.
What, like heaven?
Honestly, we're just huge lore nerds at it. And everything we do has a story behind it. So if you're like me and you like to investigate everything, we're going to make it worth your time.
It's really true. We're not just making a Doom game anymore. We're building a Doom universe.
Doom Extended Universe 2018, 2019, 2040. In Extended Universe. Crossovers, Quake, Doom, Wolfenstein.
You guys want to see a little more gameplay?
All right. You can never say no to QuakeCon. So let's take a look at what happens when the Slayer arrives on Phobos.
He said Phobos. Oh my god, he said Phobos.
Approaching the BFG 10,000.
Oh. Yeah, fuck the UAC. I've never seen the Doom Slayer move this slow. Excellent. Always like the classic plasma gun. Not the sound, but the look. Hey, that's not the BFG 10K.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing.
Oh, that plasma gun's nice. Guys, I'm trying not to do the whole, like, oh man, this is fucking awesome thing. But this is fucking awesome.
Warning, Slayer threat level at maximum.
Slayer threat level at maximum. Which I assume means that they're gonna pop in a copy of South of Heaven and just play that. Why not? Bobby Prince did. I don't know, that new machine gun, the sound isn't right for it. It sounds a little weak. It looks powerful, but it sounds a little weak, like the machine gun in Doom 3 was. Where's Trent Reznor when you need him? So we're just going full-on humanity at war with demons on Earth. Cool. That's kind of what I was expecting. Even the humans are afraid of you, so that's good. Those are some comically large health packs. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, awesome. I really do like this plasma rifle. It looks like it functions basically the same as the one in Doom 2016, but that classic look. I'm digging the blade. I'm digging the blade in the glory kills, just chopping shit's head off. Just chopping demons' heads off. Absolutely. It's a good way to make it faster, but no less impactful. Oh, boy, look! It's everyone's favorite. The Archvile. Archvile gave me nightmares when I was a kid because of that map in Plutonia. Map 14, I think, Hunted. Yeah, fuck that level. Whoa! Now... Oh, you bastards. Okay, giant sword cut through a demon. Fine. Yeah, you know what? I'm on board. It's Doom. I'm gonna get it anyway, but... I don't know, they're putting the work in. They're trying to refine it, improve it. In terms of the movement, the weapons, stuff like that.
Really glad you liked it. That was awesome.
It's good. It looks good. Looks a little more frantic. A little more open. I'm down. Hey kids, here's a thing. This was gonna be a TNT video. Oh yeah, the second half of Final Doom, TNT Evolution. There was controversy because it was supposed to be released for free, but hours before that happened, John Romero offered a publishing deal and Team TNT took it, and people called them sellouts, which I don't think is fair. I mean, who can say no to that smile? I was ready, man. I played all the way through it, I wrote up a script, recorded a voiceover, and I sent it over to Katie, and while she was doing her magic, she kept falling asleep and they shocked her so much she started having seizures. And it was then that I realized that the main problem, I think, in creating a TNT video is that TNT is fucking boring. Look, there was all this stuff ready to go. I was going over the story. One day a supply ship came out and oh god, it's a hell spaceship! A spaceship from hell! I'm not kidding! This is in the manual! And then you get into the maps and the only ones I really like are Wormhole, R.I.P. Ty Halderman. And then I got into Faro and Caribbean and it was like, oh, some Casali maps. Let's play the Gordon Ramsay clip.
Finally, some good fucking food.
But the combat is boring. A lot of zombie hordes that you can just cut right through for 32 levels. Map layouts that feel like they were done on the fly, like they didn't plan it out, probably an hour's worth of dark caves. And all this was probably fine in 1996, but it does not hold up. And this is the very first time I've ever shit-canned a video mid-production because it was gonna be dull and boring and zero fun. Like I can poop all over Habitat for having an awful, awful sewer section. And all the doors inside have lowering platforms to get into them, and they're timed weird. There's water on the ceiling. There's water on the ceiling. But I actually hate Administration Center more, and TNT's problems only get exacerbated as it goes on because the levels get longer, and honestly, it would be a boring video because of it. So all this you can't hide from TNT forever, Civvie. You're right, and I didn't. However, we still have some Doom to go through. Oh yes, because Doom Eternal hits on March 20th, and we got 2 whole main series entries to get through. It's time for Doom 3. Okay, Katie, the intro's not gonna work. It's, the game's too dark.
The following game may be too terrifying for some audiences. It contains gore, jump scares, spooky noises, darkness, and the beginning of the temporary downfall of a gaming powerhouse. Viewer discretion is advised.
The year is 2004, and I remember being hyped for Doom 3. Half-Life 2 would come out a few months later, but I didn't even care. This was the return of Doom. 8 years after Final Doom, id had been working on it for 4 years, which used to be an insane amount of time. To give you an idea, Daikatana was in development for 4 years. I had the leaked D3 demo.
Only one man stands between hell and earth.
Oh, that walk. That is unfortunate. This is like a shitty Steam Early Access game, so just think of how ahead of their time id was.
I smell fear.
You see this? This owned E3 2002. Graphically, it blew everything away. This was going to be the modern Doom game. More horror-focused, and back in 2004 when I was a lot younger, yeah, it was pretty impressive. I had a good time with it. It's the black sheep of the series now after Doom 2016, because it had a slower pace, it took place mostly in the dark, it was probably easier than the other Doom games, it was kind of part of its slump towards making tech demos. There's that, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Coincidentally, this is after Tom Hall, John Romero, and Sandy Peterson were gone. What was that one? Okay, I'm trying to remember. You were in the desert, and you had cars, and John Goodman for like a minute. I cannot for the life of me remember this game. I don't know why. Except the Doom 3 engine didn't get licensed out like the Quake 3 engine did. Sure, Raven took a turn with it and made Quake 4 and Wolfenstein. Prey happened. Other than that, I can't remember any games using id Tech 4. Part-time astrophysicist and our only insurance against an overwhelming alien incursion, John Carmack, sorta kinda invented a thing called Carmack's Reverse, which was a method of rendering real-time world shadows, and that shit blew us away. When you can see what's happening in Doom 3, it's very pretty. But how's the game, Civvie, after all these years? It's fine. It's a different take on Doom that didn't catch on, and it's super spooky. Just absolutely pants-shittingly terrifying. In theory, Doom 3 is about shooting demons on Mars. Yes, on Mars, not Phobos or Earth, but honest to God, Mars. The red planet. Not that you see much of it. You get an opening crawl saying that Union Aerospace Corporation is back on its bullshit, experimenting on stuff it shouldn't. You know, at least Doom 2016 had him solving an energy crisis. Immediately, you're in this immaculately detailed science base full of people who wish they had Valve's facial animations. You know, I've actually never played on the veteran difficulty. Doom 3 was never much of a challenge before.
I'm gonna need you to step on one of those red squares on the floor for a bioscan. This'll only take a second. Okay, let me get this started. You're gonna need to hold still. Moving around only makes the test take longer. Alright, bioscan looks good. You're cleared for entry.
You pick up your PDA from this guy, and then you creep. Play some Super Turbo Turkey Puncher.
Ain't another.
No Super Turbo Turkey Puncher 3.
Over here, Counselor Swan talking to Dr. Palpatine, who, if you can't tell, is evil. I don't know why he's evil, but he is, and the board sent Counselor Swan to do a full inquiry about it. Surprisingly, this is ineffective.
The board authorized you? The board doesn't know the first thing about science. All they want is something to make them more money, some product. Don't worry, they'll get their product.
Sergeant Kelly, your CO, bitches at you for being late, then immediately puts you to work to find a missing scientist.
Took your sweet time, Marine. Now, here's the situation. Another member of the science team's gone missing. Since you're the ranking FNG, you get to find him. I want you to check out the old decommissioned comm facility. We heard he might be heading that way.
You might recognize like every voice actor in this game. Right here is our old friend Steve Blum.
You hear about Corporal Allen?
Yeah, they said he just lost it.
Shipped home this week.
And also minutes later...
Welcome to the dungeon, Marine. Most unexciting place on Mars. Okay, you're all set. Oh yeah, keep in mind, civilians are working down here. Don't get excited and shoot at me.
Hey! You're looking for the scientist, right? I'm not sure you want to find him. You see... never mind.
Honestly, what's the worst that could happen?
Jeez! Do you make a habit of sneaking up on people?
No, please. You must let me get this communication out. They have to be warned while there is still time. I can't let... You don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend.
The devil is real. I know. I built his cage.
I'm getting abnormal readings here.
Oh, okay. Well, your cage sucked. I gotta say, this whole situation going tits up, the radio chatter, the chaos is so well done.
Command HQ, this is Fire Team 2. Main power systems down at sun level. Backup and life support systems only. We've got lots of civilian casualties. It's a mess. Command HQ, attempting to secure the area.
You got lost souls flying around, zombies everywhere, and all you got is a shitty pistol that you won't see again after this level, because we get a machine gun, and ammo for that is everywhere. And also... the shotgun. The Doom 3 shotgun is a travesty. I didn't think id was capable of making a weapon so bad, let alone a shotgun. They invented and perfected shotguns in FPS games, and you get this weird, misshapen thing. I don't even know where to start. No, wait, I do know where to start. You can't fucking hit anything with it unless you stick it up a demon's nose! Look at this spread, look at it, that's criminal! And it makes it completely unreliable, which might be the point, you know, to increase tension in your... horror game. But there's plenty of other weapons in Doom 3 that don't suck. But you need to use the shotgun, a lot, and learn to do the dance with the imps, which is dodge fireball, run up until you can see its fucking pores, aim for the center of mass, not the head, and fire, and maybe 80% of the time the imp will die. It's fucked, it's raw! You're in the thick of it now, and most monsters get an introductory cutscene, except the Marsec, who are some of the most dangerous enemies because they're basically hit scanners. The shotgun ones really hurt for some goddamn reason because my fucking shotgun is garbage, but then one time I one-hit a Revenant with it, so we're not just dealing with insane spread but wonky RNG damage, and why do you load 4 shells into it but get 8? What is this? I would have settled for a longer reload time if the gun could hit something more than 10 nanometers away from my face. How the fuck did this happen? And I gotta use this piece of shit for the rest of the game? No, it's fine not knowing if the shotgun will slightly annoy a monster or one-hit it. It's great for the workhorse weapon in like every id game ever. This is a black mark on id's reputation. You have to get back to Marine Command, killing imps, zombies, and I know we haven't addressed the elephant in the room. I haven't done that because I can't see it because it's dark. Doom 3 is dark. You get it, Doom 3? Dark? And your only recourse in vanilla Doom 3 is a flashlight, which you can't hold at the same time as a gun. There were solutions. An early one was a duct tape mod. When Doom 3 BFG Edition was released, they brightened everything up, let you use a flashlight and a gun at the same time, and also for some reason added 50% to every ammo pickup in the game. Now, at no time was I ever hurting for ammo in Doom 3, except for the chain gun, but we'll get back to that. The only upside to BFG Edition that can't be modded into vanilla Doom 3 is VR. Doom 3 kicks ass in VR, like it was made for it or something. You should be flush with ammo for a long time. Even towards the start, you can find a PDA with a code to the armory right outside Marine Command. You might notice that you're picking up armor, which is kind of a joke. Armor seems to take next to nothing in terms of damage. It's pretty useless. Most enemies will take 15 points off you each time they hit, even on this, the Veteran skill, which is the equivalent of Ultraviolence. I expected Veteran to be harder than this. Might be the easiest game in the Doom series. It might even be as easy as Quake on Nightmare. Nightmare I don't want to touch. It removes med kits. It starts you with the Soul Cube, which is a weapon you get down the line which one-hits any monster and leeches health from them. It's important later. Oh, yeah, and your health is always ticking down to 25%. Where were we? Oh yeah, second level is administration, and you're roughly following Swan and his enforcer, who brought a BFG with him. Smart move. You get like 3 opportunities in the whole game to pick up the BFG, and the last one, a non-secret, is about 3 maps before the end. Fuck that. I'm a stickler for reading these PDAs and listening to audio logs in order to get cabinet codes, so I can have as much ammo as possible. You'll come across Martian Buddy cabinets, and how this used to work is that you'd go to the Martian Buddy website and find the code. That site no longer exists, but Civvie's gonna spill it for you anyway. There's 2 Martian Buddy cabinets in the game, and the first one gives you the chain gun. The chain gun in this game fucking rules. Ammo for it is pretty scarce in the first half of the game until you start getting these buff zombie bastards who carry them. Oh yeah, you see the damage indicator. Now, we won't make it just a red screen. It has to completely blind you. It looks like this with melee enemies. Good thing you can avoid a lot of damage, especially from imps. They'll teleport in at any time, and there's a game I like to play when this happens. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, except sometimes your mallet is a rubber chicken. You'll find hand grenades too, which, can be useful, but they bounce around constantly. I ended up tossing them towards the Marsec guys to try and avoid getting shot, since they're the most difficult enemies to deal with early game. They fire their shotguns faster than you'd fire yours, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but they must have better accuracy. Other than that, it's zombies, maggots, imps, and wraiths for a while. Oh, and trites. They don't do a lot of damage, they just come in hordes. And when 2 or more of them corner you, you get stuck not being able to see anything because of the damage feedback instead of all the darkness, and yeah, they suck too. Fucking trites. When you get to the end of the Alpha Labs, you get to the first boss who telekinetically throws shit at you, but no matter how bumbling I am, the thing doesn't kill me. It's called a vagary, but it's kind of a stand-in for the spider demon. Hardest boss in the game. Sergeant Kelly tells you to make your way through the Alpha Labs to meet up with Bravo Team. This doesn't happen.
There's nothing here, Sam. What the hell?
When you do finally get close to Bravo Team, one of them shoots a pipe that causes a chain reaction that destroys cooling rod in the reactor, and you need to, deal with that before everything explodes.
Marine, Bravo Team is down. Their operational status is unknown. They were carrying a military transmission card. It's vital you retrieve that card as it contains encoded data needed to send the distress signal to the fleet.
A little busy here, Sarge. You meet Teresa Chazar, named for, well, you've seen the Thy Flesh Consumed episode. Anyway, she's voiced by other famous vocal performer Greg Griffin. Even if this game has no vocal credits, I know that.
For security reasons, I've locked the plasma gun and the extra ammo in locker 063 with door code 972. End of log.
Thanks. And she's here to introduce the Lost Soul. Oh, you kids know I've always hated the Lost Souls. That goes double in this game. They fly in weird patterns, they screw up your vision. I think they're a little weaker than in previous games, still a goddamn nuisance, pain in the ass. Fortunately, I picked up a plasma rifle, and would you believe this is my favorite Doom plasma rifle? I absolutely love it, even if I have to reload. It makes up for there not being any chain gun ammo around, because there's hundreds of plasma cells scattered throughout the base, and they got little blue lights on them so you can always see them. There's another reason the plasma gun is my favorite, and it kind of ties into the reappearance of the Revenant. He still shoots homing missiles. However, Doom 3 decided to make it so you could destroy enemy projectiles in the air. So You can do this with bullets, but a plasma shot hitbox is wider, and if you aim anywhere around the Revenant's chest or head, his projectiles blow up in his face. So he got shafted in development, along with the Cacodemon, more of a meatball than ever, whose projectile can also be shot out of the air. I like to use the chain gun on him, because his projectiles are so wide you can't avoid hitting them. Honestly, you could pistol a Cacodemon to death. They get hosed in this game.
And do we really need so much firepower laying around? Well, a couple of us decided to lock up all of the unsecured plasma rounds we could find. The code is 734.
See if you can get some chain gun ammo too, huh? This game goes so far to explain that the chainsaw happened because of an accidental shipment, and the chainsaw will basically melt anything below the game's... What the fuck? The chainsaw will basically melt anything below this game's version of the Pink Demon, who is not pink, and half metal. I haven't really talked about him because he appears maybe a dozen times throughout the entire game. Anyway, the chainsaw, yeah, cool, great. When Doom 3 is done teleporting monsters into rooms with you, it likes to start teleporting them behind you or in previous rooms because the monster pathfinding in this game is actually really good. Nothing like in Doom 2016, but what can you do? It took 12 years of cancellation and a digression in the former Rage to iron all that out. Oh, holy shit, that was the John Goodman car game. Sergeant Kelly, the asshole, wants you to get to communications to send a message to Earth to warn them. You can choose not to, which Swan tells you to do, which ends up being the right decision, not that it matters.
Back off from that console. Do not call for reinforcements. We don't know what the hell is going on here, and until we do, this area remains under UAC control. Cancel that transmission.
Sergeant Kelly chews you out for not sending it, but then Dr. Palpatine just sends it later anyway.
It's a pity you did not alert the fleet, but it is of no consequence. I'll alert them myself. They will come to the rescue and be consumed by my legion. We will use their ships to bring this hell to Earth.
Yeah, I know. Scary voice, laughing, I get it, you're evil. He even repeats the same lines at you.
Making progress, are we? Making progress, Marine? Your journey is futile. You will die, and your soul will be mine. There's nothing left for you but a slow death as your lungs fill with toxic gases.
Yeah, sure. Be weird if I had some kind of oxygen supply in my suit that I could use when the atmosphere was... Oh, never mind. You make your way into the Delta Labs via the monorail, and since there's a train, you know how this ends.
Engineering, please report to Delta Complex Access Ramp. Track sensor failure detected.
Before you can get into Delta, you gotta go through the recycling plant or toxin refinery or whatever. It's like the rest of this base is kind of brown, except you'll meet the Revenants here first, along with Cherubs, who are like Trites, except they hurt more and have a shitty lunge attack. The Imp does that too, and the game likes to put them right behind doors so you can't avoid them unless you know they're gonna be there, and even then, it's bullshit. Fuck off, game. One monster that didn't get nerfed in the transition was the Mancubus, who takes like 5 or 6 rockets to go down, and the rocket launcher only holds 5. I want to mention that this area is where I took my first death. And second. The first one because of an explosive barrel, the second one because of a bunch of explosive barrels. I don't die very much in this game, health is plentiful, and enemy attacks can usually be avoided. Unless... oh, god damn it. The zombie commandos, yeah. One of them has a chain gun, but the unarmed ones are worse. You see Dr. Palpatine creating one in a cutscene. They run up to you and whip you with a tentacle that is damn hard to avoid. Or if they get really close, they kick you in the face. You have to hear them and know they're coming long before they get there in order to not get hit. I hate them, almost as much as Lost Souls. The chain gun ones start showing up in the Delta Labs, and at least they drop chain gun ammo. I'm not talking a lot about the way the game progresses because there's not much to talk about. You go around unlocking doors with security clearances you get from PDAs or key cards, which are usually easy to find, and only once do you have to play a stupid fucking claw game to get one. The environmental design is fantastic. The base has a lived-in feel, or, I mean, it has a died-in feel. Haha. You get it? Give me a cackle, CK. I don't need your pity. Delta Labs are where some of the teleportation experiments were happening, along with some experiments on the demons themselves. See, they were sending people into hell, and when they came back screaming about demon hordes, they were like, nah, it's probably fine. The Archvile makes a return, and instead of his old attack, he shoots a line of fire at you that really, really hurts. I don't know if he's as much of a problem in Doom 3 as he was in earlier games. He's still a pain. It's not like you can resurrect monsters in Doom 3. They all fucking turn to ash. This scientist needs me to get a plasma inducer to operate the teleporter, but you don't need him. Honestly, this game ends telling you that the Marine is the only survivor, so I've saved that dude from either becoming a zombie or being eaten alive by a demon. Same with this dude here.
I thought I was the only one still alive.
And this one. 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 Spooky teleporter! You can finally pick up the BFG in the Delta Labs, too. It's like half a puzzle to figure this out. When you pick up a PDA earlier in the game from the head of Delta Security, he's got an audio log talking about how he was testing the new BFG model, and he locked it in a cabinet in his office and requested IT to change the code. But there aren't any zeros in the number pad, so he got an email saying that they replaced it with a 3, and then you get the legendary big fucking gun. Yeah, cool. It holds 4 shots and can be charged to use all of them, but hold it down too long and you'll get what happened to me. I caused death number 3 by trying it with these Hell Knights. They guard the portal to hell like the Barons did in the original, except these guys are the most dangerous enemies in Doom 3. I'm sorry, I mean they're the dangerous enemy in Doom 3. That must be why they're on the box. Those projectiles can one-hit you, and I never got close enough for a melee attack. But why go to hell? Why not just shut the portal down? Unfortunately, the Soul Cube is in hell, and it's important, or so I'm told, from logs in this lab here. Ooh, cabinet 666. What is— oh, god damn it! Now it's time for what everyone remembers Doom 3 for. Hell. And hell don't fuck around. You lose all your weapons, and one of the first things you have to do is kill a Hell Knight with the shotgun. Oh, and did I mention you're in hell? And not 2.5D colorful hell, dark, fire and brimstone, punishing hell. You get more of your weapons back pretty quickly and even a berserk power-up, one of the 2 that are in this game, just because why not? The punching is so lame, it sounds like you're slapping a salami around. Why did they reject Trent Reznor's sound effects? Here we go, death number 5, cornered by 2 Hell Knights, baby, yeah! Takes nearly a whole ammo belt from the chain gun to bring one down, and they barely feel it up until then. This is pretty much the first time a monster has killed me for real so far, meaning that the explosive barrels and the lack of regulatory oversight are more dangerous than the monsters from hell. Death number 6 goes to another Hell Knight hiding in a dark corner, and before you know it, you're at the end of the hell section, facing the Guardian. He's blind, you gotta shoot rockets at his blue ball, and then his Seekers come out with the spotlights to find you, you kill them, and so the blue ball comes out again. It's easy, I get him on the second cycle and leave with full health.
We are the Brainian Thor. You know us as the Soul Cube. Free us from our eternal prison, and we will help you. Vanquish our enemies, and we grow stronger.
Oh, so that's why I came here, okay. The Soul Cube uses demon souls as ammo, I guess, and once you kill 5 demons...
Use us.
Let's just sticky whip this motherfucker! And it'll tear through anything and then replenish your health. The designers put much less health in this part of the game because of that. Dr. Palpatine still isn't impressed, but he sounds like he's having a ball.
You are too late. Hell no longer needs that portal to enter this world. The invasion you saw was only the first wave. The Hell Gate is capable of sending millions of my children into your world. Soon, the fleet from Earth will be here, and with their ships, we will bring this hell to Earth.
Only a few levels left now. Central processing. I feel like this is mirroring episode 1 of Doom a little bit. Maybe I can get John Romero to sign my copy of Doom 3. Now the game is throwing everything at you. Ready or not, this is closer to being a challenge, but I feel like I still didn't die enough. Chalk one more death up to Cherubs cornering me in an elevator and not being able to see what's happening. Oh, and one because I let an Archvile spawn a bunch of Wraiths to see how many it could do. Archviles get the fucking Soul Cube. I don't want to deal with them. I'm trying to get through this complex and I keep hearing...
Still alive? Looks like you might be on your own.
Uh-huh. Hey, what happened to your friend with the BFG?
My gun. He's got my gun.
Oh, really? A boss with a BFG? You never want to see that. I guess Doom bosses are usually a little too easy, but a BFG? You know how that thing works?
Each projectile contains a small but very powerful computer core that actively maintains targeting and delivers a stream charge down each beam to soften targets before detonation.
I killed that pathetic bodyguard. And now I will kill you.
Is this because I was late? Dude, that was hours ago. I had important turkey punching related business. Never mind, I gotta prepare, get into the zone, then deal with Sarge. Let me take my sweet time.
Welcome to the mess.
Uh-huh, I'll take that. On to the final section of the game, the caverns, where they're digging for artifacts like this one based off of Doom's box art. See, there used to be an ancient civilization on Mars that got ravaged by demons, and so they teleported to Earth and eventually became us, and yeah, that is a stupid plot. I assume that's why they used it for the Doom movie. The game isn't holding back anymore. It'll throw anything at you. But you're ready. You got a healthy supply of rockets, cells, chain gun ammo, BFG ammo. Nothing can touch you. Until the game spawns 2 chain gunners out of nowhere, that's 2 more deaths. And the last level where I take 1 more death because it sticks me in a room with an Archvile and 2 Hell Knights. And I'm like a second away from being able to heal with the Soul Cube, but that's how it is. This underground temple full of monsters, and the game is still trying to kill you with imps, even though they might be the least threatening monster next to the zombies. Honestly, on a higher skill with all these monsters, it starts to feel like a classic Doom game just for a minute. Once you've killed everything the game can teleport in, it's time for the final battle. I'm gonna kick Palpatine's wrinkled old ass. But first I gotta find the id brick and get the developer PDA with all the special thanks. Oh yeah, this is all so wholesome. My hat's off to you, id Software, you pulled through. The end of Doom 3 is also easy. No Palpatine, instead you fight Hell's mightiest warrior, in part 1 of a new series I'm calling Humiliating the Cyber Demon. The Cyber Demon was a towering, intimidating foe in Doom in 1993. Doom 3 tries to up the ante. He's huge. You walk under him, you get an upskirt. Nope, that's not what I'm gonna call that. You walk under him, he's got fire in his mouth, he shoots rockets, he's a pushover. I always walk into the fight with a charged Soul Cube because none of the other weapons hurt him. The Hellmouth pumps out 1 demon at a time, and you can kill them to recharge the Soul Cube so you can hit the Cyber Demon again, and then it's over. Congratulations, you're the only survivor on the base, and Palpatine is... this. Cue the awesome music. So you guys remember how id Software was making another Doom game as early as 2008, and it looked like they were going to do a bad thing, and that it was going to be like Call of Duty with demons? Look at this trash that got leaked. Someone, somewhere at id Software said, hey, does anybody really want this game? It probably would have sold well. I would have bought a copy and lamented the death of a franchise I once loved. Lost to the derivative formula that somehow evolved from FPS games. Walk, shoot, take cover, stop, pop, move on. It's an awful idea. At some point, it decided to not do that. They said, what do people want from a Doom game? And the answer might not shock you. Speed. Demon killing. Doom 3 might have been the kind of action horror shooter that id intended this whole time, only stopped by the limitations of 90s technology, but not this new Doom game. No, it was going to be different. We weren't ready. Bethesda held back review copies of the campaign after the multiplayer beta wasn't received well, and if Bethesda holds something back...
Right there.
I love how Fallout 76 is an evergreen joke because they're never gonna finish it. Anyway, midnight, preloaded. Suspicions are high that I'm about to play trash Bethesda had no faith in. And then...
They are rage. Brutal. Without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear. Until it is done.
Doom 2016 became the Fury Road of FPS games, an unrelenting demon massacre, a game so fucking good it took rip and tear, that thing that was a meme because of how fucking ridiculous the Doom comic was, and it became the tagline of the series, and everybody said, yeah, okay, fine. Because that's what you did, kids. You brutally, systematically destroyed every single ugly hellspawn. Most of Doom 2's enemy roster returned except the chain gunner, fuck him. And you're not even a Marine now, you're only theoretically human. Forget Doom Guy, you are now, and my own pronunciation of this can't do it justice. It's weird, every time you say it, BFG Division starts playing. This isn't just the triumphant return of what is the most revered and important FPS franchise in history. It was the return of id. In the new millennium, id put out 2 games, Doom 3 and Rage, and Doom 3 was fine, and Rage was fine, I guess, but they couldn't shake the feeling of being glorified tech demos for id's fancy new engines. We thought the magic was gone. Most of the original founders had left, and then Carmack left to work for Facebook and do his VR stuff, which is great. I have an Oculus Rift, it's a fine machine, but we forget. We forget what id was, what it stood for, and in one fell swoop they returned, and put out this king shit, this absolute powerhouse of simulated violence, this uncompromising, blood-fueled heavy metal mayhem. Bethesda hasn't even been able to kill Doom yet. That's why it's eternal, baby! This game begins with barely any introduction. You're on a slab, there's zombies, you're so angry that you break free, shoot them all in the head, and... oh, look at that geyser of blood, that's majestic. Oh, and there's a story that Doom Guy couldn't give less of a shit about.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
And the game introduces you to glory kills, that thing that's supposed to be a terrible idea, because when it's done in, say, Duke Nukem Forever, it sucks, and it's a waste of time, but not here for a few reasons. 1, it's short. It lasts like a second. 2, the animations are fantastic. Seeing the look of absolute terror in a demon's face before you thoroughly murder it. Oh. 3, you get health back. You got health back in DNF too, but in Doom 2016. 4, the demons can't fuck you over during the animation and negate any health gains. We play on ultra violence because Nightmare is more than a little unforgiving. So is UV for a good chunk of the game. You can die in the second room to an imp who can conceivably 2-hit you. And not just if you're playing it for Polygon. Of course the imp is back, the cute little guy tossing fireballs, clinging to walls, moving around like the enemies have some kind of AI. This is just the prologue.
Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
The very first level introduces you to the zombies, the imps, the possessed soldiers. They shoot red shit at you, and sometimes bigger red shit. There's one rule here. Never, ever stop moving. Never stop moving. 3 imps can corner you and you're dead. It's hard to try and describe what the early combat feels like before upgrades, but let's give it a try. Imagine if Serious Sam or Painkiller had an outrageous budget and a AAA studio behind them. Doom 2016's combat is like that, except so very polished, so professional. No, it's not really Doom. It struck me as a hybrid between the movement of Quake and Quake 2. And then with combat arenas that don't just feel like boxes full of enemies that rush you single file waiting to get killed. No, because the enemies all attack you differently. Imps zip around, zombies do nothing. Zombie soldiers hold the line and try and whittle your health down from a distance. And these arenas aren't just connected by hallways. Most of these levels aren't even really linear except the first one and a couple of later ones, but as soon as you're in level 2, you're finding different paths to take, secret areas, yes, secrets that give you upgrade points when you find them. We have weapon upgrades from level 1. I take the grenade secondary fire for the shotgun. You also have a choice of the burst fire. To each his own, maybe you'll like that one better. I want an explosive weapon as soon as possible that isn't this little fart of a frag grenade. Oh, and hidden unlockable classic maps, which play terribly with the new monsters, but they're there. You can unlock a classic map in a secret in each of Doom 2016's levels. I didn't do all of them because there's this one in the Argent Tower where you have to go all the way back down in one of these areas that's actually tall enough to kill you with fall damage, and I didn't feel like it. You get most Episode 1's maps except E1M6, E1M7, and E1M9, and these are a nice little bonus, I guess, even if any level you have to pistol start is kind of a grind, because instead of the easy zombie men and shotgunners, you get Doom 2016's possessed soldiers, who tank a lot more damage and can kill you faster. And I think all the classic maps are set to the Hurt Me Plenty skill. Slough of Despair gives you a plasma gun at the start, which is really helpful, but the music is sped up for some reason and it's still Slough of Despair. You get Doom 2016's chain gun, which is way less useful than the machine gun would be in this situation because you have to wait for the wind-up because no weapon mods in classic maps. Hell Knights replace Barons because Barons are tougher in Doom 2016, I guess. Oh. Yeah, okay. Weird and jank, the player isn't as fast as they were in the original, so trying to get this last secret in E1M1 is kind of an issue, and... Okay, cool. Let's talk about the music, because composer Mick Gordon worked really hard on this, and whoever else was involved with the implementation was doing God's work. It's a little dubsteppy and nu metal in certain places for my taste. The fact that it doesn't detract from the overall impact. The music is somehow tied to the gameplay, like when you're using certain weapons in certain situations, the music changes to fit. Like your actions as a player influence what music is playing. And it all ties together to the point where it feels natural, like the music itself belongs in the game world with you. It's like you're playing the music yourself, with guns.
Eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
You might not even notice at first. It's like an interactive soundtrack. Maybe something along these lines had been done before, but I'd never seen it. And whoever made that little At Doomsgate jingle that plays with the collectible figures, good stuff. Collectible figures unlock models you can view in the menu. Not a big deal. Still nice to find a secret like this one here. And that's only some of the rewards for secrets. Finding secrets will give you weapon points, items, suit tokens, but I always forget about them after I level up my dexterity and environmental resistance. Find Argent Energy Balls to upgrade health, armor, and ammo capacity. Find the plasma gun in level 2, find the machine gun in level 2 before going up to the upgrade bot to unlock the micro missile attachment, because that... Oh, I love it. It's not just one static upgrade. Oh no, each upgrade can be upgraded and mastered. And let's use the machine gun as an example. I always go for the micro missiles first instead of the scope. You'll see why later. Basically, unlock the upgrade, stick monsters with tiny homing missiles, watch them jib, make it do that faster, make it use less ammo, make it instantly load them, and then master it and make it fire indefinitely. They're not terribly powerful, but my god, they are so satisfying. And there's a million different upgrades. And the worst weapon is the plasma rifle, and it ain't that bad. I like the stun function, but it gets outclassed once you get the machine gun. And the chain gun. Oh god, and the chainsaw. You get the chainsaw here for when you need a monster to explode into a fountain of ammo for some reason. I don't care, it's so good, it's so good! In level 3, there's a secret rocket launcher, which is the second worst gun, meaning it's serviceable. Believe it or not, level 1 of Doom is kind of like a linear horseshoe design. Now, the layout of level 2 opens up, and suddenly, oh fuck, berserk! You thought the standard kills were messy. There's few power-ups to get. Berserk, invulnerability, haste, and quad damage. Yeah, quad damage got pulled in from the Quake series, like I care. I always felt that Doom 2016, with its verticality and movement, was more of a successor to Quake's gameplay than Doom's. Doom 3 was kind of flat, but here you're jumping and climbing. There's a rune that gives you better movement control in the air, one of the 3 I usually keep on because movement is probably the most important part of this game. Unlike the story, which you're almost encouraged to ignore. The Union Aerospace Corporation is using hell to generate energy. There's an energy crisis on Earth. Dr. Samuel Hayden put his brain in a robot body.
I'm gonna be an Adrian Barbobot.
Which is the only reason he's not dead. Dr. Olivia Pierce went crazy and made a deal with hell. She releases demons in a hell wave and it kills something like 61,000 people? Hayden doesn't really care, I guess. He's an asshole. Let's break all his stuff.
We're only temporarily disabling the tower. You need to remove each lens individually.
What?
Carefully release the hinges.
What?
Doomslayer doesn't give a fuck about your origin energy. He's the last survivor of the Night Sentinels. And stories of him are told all throughout hell, and these stories go about the same as this one.
He found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doomslayer.
I only vaguely know how he got this tech armor, or why he's so good with guns, if he's even the original Doom Marine hopping dimensions, if all Doom and all Doom mods are now canon, because why not? If this is a direct continuation to Doom 64 when Doom Guy stayed in hell to make sure no demons ever started any shit again, it's unknown. For the sake of brevity, let's say he's the Doom Slayer, and hell is very scared of him because he's an unstoppable demon grinder on legs! The few cutscenes that are in the game are wildly out of place, boring, and unskippable. Unbroken first-person narrative, my ass. Maybe that's why Doom Eternal went to third-person for some of that stuff. The cutscenes will be skippable. That would be worth it. This game really starts to open up for you on level 5 when you get the double jump. I know level 3, the Foundry, was big and open and cool. You're going around, your objectives are to destroy the gore nests, which is, you know, just kill demons. But level 5 gives you the double jump, which is more important, and level 4 introduces you to the rune trials. The rune trials give you special abilities, and there are a dozen or so of these. Oh, it gets so overwhelming, and the rune trials can be mastered too, so they'll be more effective. This is awfully complicated for a Doom game. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you've got the basics down now. What else is there? About 10 hours of absolute savagery. Gladiatorial demon combat like we've never seen. What's that? The Revenant is back, and he's got new tricks. He can fly?
Oh, they fly now! They fly now? They fly!
No! No one asked for flying Revenants. What else we got? Possessed security. Oh, they're the worst. They have a shield and can tear you apart with an auto shotgun. Too bad you get a chainsaw before you face a single one. The chainsaw is a one-hit weapon now, which is weird, but not bad. Because like I said before, it'll drop a ton of ammo, and it breaks through this asshole's shield, and at the cost of like one charge, you can do it. Bigger monsters require more fuel, but it's so satisfying. The Mancubus returns, and unlike in Doom 3, the returning monsters do not fuck around. Not the Mancubus or his counterpart, the Cyber Mancubus, outfitted with more health, toxic goo, and an Oculus Rift. The regular Mancubus has a fucking flamethrower now. And like all the other monsters, he's surprisingly mobile. He can jump onto platforms, climb, even surprise you. The Hell Knight is back, looking kinda like his Doom 3 counterpart, but would you believe he's more dangerous? He's fast, deadly, likes to pummel you, a real bruiser. He's common by level 4, but so is his greatest weakness, the super shotgun. Oh, baby, come here, I missed you. So much. Somebody thought the super shotgun wasn't powerful enough so you can get uranium-coated piercing buckshot, and then it's your very best friend in the game and can 3-hit a Hell Knight. One new monster you'll have to deal with is the Summoner, who kinda works like the Archvile in Doom 3. Shoots very damaging fire, spawns monsters, likes to zoom around the arena, but has a weakness to being torn in half by a motherfucking chainsaw. Sure, all the demons can kill you, and pretty quick on ultraviolence, but you can kill most of them just as fast, and you're mobile, and you have the guns, you have the chainsaw, and hatred. Climb all the way to the top of the Argent Tower where Olivia is doing stuff. You can get the Gauss Cannon a little early here. Who got this Quake railgun all over my Doom game? Never mind, it's cool, I like it. Time to put all these upgrade points into the Siege mode, which is fucking broken. Oh, is that a quad damage right there? You think I'll need that? Don't open that portal, Olivia.
This is not the end!
Don't you do it!
It's only the beginning!
Oh, now you fucked up. Kandingir Sanctum. Kandingir Sanctum. Hell, it's hell. Is that a Dopefish rune on the loading screen? Your first taste of Doom 2016's shiny, slick, heavy metal album cover, hell.
He is here.
Who wants a secret weapon? Oh yeah, take that there chain gun. It's not good until you upgrade it. There's a turret mode where it goes all triple. Wait, is that 9 barrels? I prefer being able to spin it up with the secondary fire myself. And Commander Keen's helmet, and presumably his skull, because Bethesda did in fact massacre that boy. And so did I like 1,000 times now that I think about it. Hey, cacodemons are back! And they're tough again, with a bite that'll wreck you and a ranged attack that fucks up your vision and slows you down. Go right for the eye and splat! Barons of Hell make their first appearance too, making everything around them dead because they're as tall as cyber demons used to be. Rip off their horn and give them a gentle slap, there you go. It takes a ton of your chainsaw fuel to cut one down though. Still worth it, my god, I almost feel bad for the demons in this game. Almost. And the game tosses like 4 barons at you in this area the first time you meet them, at least on ultraviolence. Yes! Yes! Why are you in this part of hell? Because it's the Kandingir Sanctum where the Doomslayer was entombed before Samuel Hayden took him back to Mars as an insurance policy. We have these helpful tablets to tell us the whole story.
And in his conquest against the blackened souls of the doomed, his prowess was shown. In his crusade, the Seraphim bestowed upon him terrible power and speed, and with his might, he crushed the obsidian pillars of the blood temples.
It was a short trip to hell, but it was still longer than the one in Doom 3, and you get to go back to hell 2 more times. The game kinda recycles a level here because it's the destroyed Argent facility. Oh hey, I remember you. Mr. Pinky. What's that? You have armor plating on the front now? That's nothing a chainsaw can't fix. Oh, I love the Pinky in this game. He gets introduced way later than in any other Doom game. He's got a trick to him, and he's fun, and his design is cool, and you pull his horn off and cut his fucking throat with it. This is just, oh, this is how you bring a series back from the dead. You take what came before and then you refine and you add the wonderful little details. You change up the gameplay a little bit. You make the Pinky not just a running brute because we already have that guy. And let's have a trick to him so we can spice up those combat encounters. He is kind of just a very complicated werebull.
That demon seems to have taken your keycard. You will need to find it.
The whole level is about getting a key card so you can get on the monorail to go to the Advanced Research Complex. You don't even crash it. That's weird. You remember that micro missile mod? Well, that's fully upgraded now. Let's check in on this poor cyber mancubus. Also fully upgraded, my super shotgun. Yeah, and the Lost Souls are back. They kamikaze now, but they're weak and pretty inconsequential. I'm not even sure they're animated. Just look at them in this classic level where, you know, all the lighting is really even and you can really see them. I'm sure they one-hit you in Nightmare or something. Samuel Hayden's in his office and you can't kill him. He's kind of a fanboy, it looks like. Statues of you and your brothers, ammo around.
For years, Olivia has kept the Helix in her private office in the Lazarus Labs, which is only accessible through a secure elevator from the Advanced Research Complex across the chasm. Your affinity for guns is apparent. I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well.
Oh? Yeah, let me just take this whole torso. He's not using it. Hey, baby. Did you miss me? The game knows exactly what I want, so it lets me test out the old BFG in a room. And in this level, it gives you plenty of ammo for it. Let me slow it down for you. It's like the chainsaw where there's a dedicated button for it, the panic button, because it works like the BFG 10K in Quake 2. With the, okay, just look at the description of it.
When the streams find their target, they release all of the stored energy in a fraction of a second, delivering an electrical shock that instantly boils the blood and fatty tissue of the recipient. Spontaneous explosion of the subject usually follows.
Beautiful. You might be asking why I slow down time when the BFG ball goes out. We'll talk about that. I'm not really very good at the trick I'm learning, but you'll see. Olivia started all this bullshit from the Lazarus Labs, which is a place where evil stuff happens. You can find Olivia's office around here, and she has the Soul Cube from Doom 3 for some reason, and Bethesda's prototype for a Doom mobile game. And more importantly, my favorite rune trial in the game, which is ridiculous. Rich Get Richer gives you infinite ammo for everything except for the chainsaw and the BFG if you've got over 100 armor. When you master it, it gives you infinite ammo when you've got over 75 armor. Let's cheese it! Once you get out of that rune trial, there's a few monsters you have to deal with, no problem. Thing is, the way you master it is you gotta max out your armor 12 times, and I leave the rune trial with max armor. And there's all these armor shards here. It's a little harder on ultraviolence because both health and armor pickups are worth less. You get 3 from a shard instead of 5, so check that splash damage. And basically, you can upgrade the rune within like 2 minutes of doing the trial. So now every time you're above 75 armor, your ammo is infinite, and you have a super shotgun that fires twice, and a Gauss cannon with a siege mode that you can move during, and this fucking chain gun that shoots a wall of uranium-coated bullets, and micro-missiles. This is about when the game's difficulty drops off, because I can enter most combat arenas with infinite ammo. Time for part 2 of our ongoing series, Humiliating the Cyber Demon. These idiots rebuilt him. They were gonna give him a BFG, but now that's mine. He's got some easily avoidable attacks. You send a BFG blast his way, you gauss him, tear his Argent accumulator out so you can go run around hell again and wreck that place again. But wait, because it's time for part 3 of our ongoing series, Humiliating the Cyber Demon. He's back! He's stronger! He's still fucked! Now, bringing up the weapon wheel slows down time, which is cool. It gives you a leg up, some room to breathe when you want to select a weapon. But it doesn't stop how much damage the rays from the BFG blast are doing, so you can just let it fly and slow time down and nuke a boss. That's a speedrunning trick right there. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. They left that in. That's good, though. And the BFG stuns boss monsters, too. It truly lives up to its lineage of big fucking guns. The bosses still drop health for you, so if you happen to get hit by one of their attacks, no worries. There's some health. Keep on them. You think the Cyber Demon is gonna stop me? Bye, bitch! Titan's Realm, the place that the Doomslayer has already been. See this skull? We fucking killed it between games. That's awesome. If you haven't already gathered, Doom 2016 may have been at the start about overcoming the dangerous hordes of demons that invaded the Mars base. Now it's about coming back and wrecking their shit with extreme prejudice. You are absurdly powerful by this point in the game. Most monsters stand no chance against you. Whereas before they would have been a problem, like the Hellraiser, who has a laser beam that tended to kill me when I first played this game. Nah, super shotgun him. Oh yeah, and I have the rune that drops armor with a glory kill, as well as health, which can get you 12 points of armor at a time. Mother of God, I am unstoppable! Is it anybody's birthday? Happy birthday. This is one of those secrets that doesn't count as a secret, but it's here. I was so confused when I first found it. Wait, what am I doing in hell again, besides demon killing? Oh yeah, we gotta get the Crucible back from these hell guards. There's the first one. Once he's dead, 2 more show up, and they just weren't counting on me having this awesome shotgun. Oh yeah, crack him open like a Maine lobster and you rip him apart. I'll take that fancy artifact of dubious importance now. I keep seeing it in the Doom Eternal trailers. God, I am so hyped for that. And I don't get hyped for anything anymore. Thanks, Randy. We get another welcome change of location, this time the icy poles of Mars, where Vega, the artificial intelligence developed with Hell Technobabble, who somehow isn't evil, who is actually cool and got me a bunch of weapon upgrade points. Thanks, Vega. Well, you have to go and shut him down, but in the best display of humanity of any character in this game, you back him up and take him along. We need to get back to Hell again, to Argent to close the well, which is really just a few giant endgame combat arenas that last maybe a little too long, since the game's done introducing new monsters. Yeah, the latter parts of this game kinda lag, it gets kinda samey, but when the default mode of the game is as fucking exhilarating as Doom 2016, it can be forgiven. Using the Crucible, you do some stuff, lay the Wraith's souls to rest. Okay, yeah, kind of working off of how you're getting some sweet revenge after the demons killed all the Night Sentinels, who were kind enough to show up as Force Ghosts to show you the way. Thanks, guys, I'm gonna make you proud. Olivia Pierce is here, and she doesn't get as good a deal as Dr. Palpatine. I don't think. It's hard to tell.
Promised me so much.
Spider Demon time. They brought the old Spider Mastermind back, and she ain't gonna go down with just one BFG blast, let me tell ya. But she does go down. This boss fight in particular really hits me. Because at this point, the Spider Mastermind is not the boss of this game. You don't have to survive it. It has to survive you. You're the fucking boss in this game. And as the Spider Mastermind's legs start to give way and it tries desperately to continue attacking, and when that health bar is finally down to nothing, you shove a fucking BFG in its mouth and turn its head into the Grand Canyon. That is just too fucking awesome. And Samuel Hayden says some stuff.
I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you.
Damn right you can't. And that's it. You're shuffled away until Doom Eternal. When I finished this game, maybe the second or third day it was out, I didn't know there was going to be a sequel. I mean, they put this game out. I didn't expect it to do as well as it did, but it do. Oh, it do. I can't express my hype for Doom Eternal. I can't even put it into words. And it's all because of this game. Do you think they were brainstorming and said, let's call it Doom Forever, and somebody at the table shot it down? For obvious reasons? Oh, that taste is not going to go away for a while. Guess what, kids? It's here! Doom Eternal. 4 years since the last one, after a delay to, I guess iron out the kinks. Let me be very clear about this game and its presentation right now. As with most id games, Doom Eternal is a technical powerhouse. A game that never once during my 14 hours with it hitched or stuttered or crashed or even ran less than ideally. Not once. No, you are not putting a side plot in my Doom Eternal video. I've been working on this and I've been waiting for this for too long. We should marvel at that because this game is unrelentingly intense. Beautiful to look at, 100% AAA sheen, so smooth. As soon as you start the game, get ready for some fan service. That title music is straight out of classic Doom. I'm gonna get this out of the way now. Mick Gordon has outdone himself, and the reservations I had about the Doom 2016 soundtrack, which allegedly someone told Mick Gordon to make less metal, maybe that person got fired for gross incompetence because Doom Eternal soundtrack goes in hard and never stops. And the intro. Fuck yes. Doom Guy is just chilling on his Justice League watchtower, and he's got a binary fusion generator of his own, if you know what I'm saying. As a veteran Doom player, I'm going to start this game on ultra violence. I'm sure I won't regret that. The first level introduces you to the mechanics, and you get a chainsaw early, like really early. There's a reason for that, because the mechanics of the chainsaw have changed a little bit this time around, and it has to do with the fact that you can only hold 16 shells? 16 shells? But you can eventually upgrade it to 24? 24?! This was done, I'm told, to encourage players to switch weapons a lot because they'll be constantly out of ammo, so they have to think tactically, you know? And in the first level, you get the shotgun, the chainsaw, and the heavy machine gun. There's no pistol anymore. No infinite ammo weapon for you. We're doubling down on resource management. I gotta say, I like the shotgun better than the one in 2016. Much punchier sound, better feel. Which is good because you're going to be using it for the rest of the game. Yes, the slot 1 weapon stays relevant even late game, which I'll talk about in the spoiler section of this video, which will probably be around the 2-3 hour mark. There is a lot to go over. Doom Eternal is a long-ass game. Like, my playthrough took about, let's see, leaving out times when I was taking notes or when I was replaying a couple levels for a collectible. I'm gonna guess I spent about 14 hours on the main campaign. It's a lot. The scenery is incredible. The monsters are running amok. They're fucking infighting. Infighting! The UI, the map, the control, the animation, everything is a refinement of the last game. You start on some kind of wooden ship that you later learn is flying around the city, you know, to get your bearings, because this isn't quite like Doom 2016. The glory kills are still there. You have this new wrist-mounted blade that makes them a little faster and is, you know, fucking awesome. The enemies seem tougher, at least the throwaway ones that the codex entries call fodder. Like, the basic zombie can't be slapped into its glory kill state with one hit anymore. You gotta shoot it. There's a few of these simulated training room things, but don't worry, it's not like Rage 2, you are not gonna see many of these. First thing you're doing is going after a Hell Priest, one of several bad dudes who do bad things and are integral to the demonic consumption of Earth.
My soul remains guarded. You can.
Oh my god! And then you just jump off the ship and take no falling damage, no impact compensation bullshit, just straight into, oh my god, that's the biggest demon I've ever seen! Is that the icon of sin just walking around? Man, the world is in some serious trouble. Let's get some sticky bombs. Let me tell you something right now, you might start with the auto shotgun upgrade. The game gave me 2 upgrade bots before I hit real trouble so I could get both shotgun mods. You need that sticky bomb upgrade for the shotgun, not just because it's awesome, but because of how the monster weak points work. All the pickups are extra glowy so you can never ever miss them. The sound design is exceptional for the most part. I actually don't like the headshot sound. I think it's a little too cartoony. But now we're in it. It's Hell on Earth. Look, that's the one level name. You remember Doom 2, Hell on Earth? It's time to save the world, kids. Time to bring the pain. You'll notice a lot of tutorial messages. A lot of them. The Arachnotron has a weak point, and the game will tell you about it several times, as well as the weak points for other demons and how to defeat those demons, and the bosses. Yes, the game straight up tells you how to defeat the bosses. Like, really? You can turn off the tutorial messages, of course, but that still seems like a little bit much. 15 minutes into this game, the pain starts. The Arachnotron is back, and it has a weak point. Shoot a sticky bomb onto its turret and it'll disable it. Then it'll rush you in melee. And it doesn't go down with another shell or two, no. And I'm out of ammo, so I gotta chainsaw him. Or not, because I don't have 3 charges. The chainsaw generates 1 charge on its own, and each gas pickup gives you another. You need to learn real fast that this game is not gonna give you ammo. You have to make it. You have to constantly chainsaw something during the combat, or else you're just gonna have low ammo flashing on your screen the whole time. Back to the Arachnotron, how about a blade through the brain? I'm so conflicted, I'm annoyed I had to stop in the middle, yet killing it was so good. After that battle, it fades out and cuts to another camera to show a gate opening, a thing that Doom Eternal adds as opposed to the last game, and I get the feeling that this game is trying to idiot-proof itself so it'd be accessible to everyone, and I get that, but this stuff isn't skippable like the cutscenes. It's boring and it sucks, but I guess it doesn't detract too much from the rest of the game. Whatever, let's move on. Wall climbing? Okay, sure, I guess. It's not implemented badly. A 1-up? I saw these in gameplay footage before and I was concerned. I didn't like the idea of a live system, and the way it's implemented here is if you die, you instantly respawn instead of loading a checkpoint. Sure, okay, I'm not against that. This game's getting a little arcadey. I go into the subway and there's fireball shooters like I'm in Rise of the Triad or something. And they don't seem to hurt the monsters at all, just me. Okay.
The cleansing of Earth is a necessary step on the path to a brighter tomorrow.
Okay, I understood the holograms in Doom 2016, but these? They're obviously demon holograms. They're everywhere, but who made these? What demons in the IT or production departments made these? Now an Arachnotron just walks through those fireballs? Jesus Christ! It's a hallway, I can't avoid its attack! Holy shit, Doom Eternal, slow your roll, this is level 1! And also, he was shooting at me through a wall. Fucking roll! Oh yeah, and I die and use my extra life, and it's ready for a glory kill. I can't even start to list the number of times that happened. I don't know if there's some damage done when you respawn, that might be it. Honestly, at times it's so chaotic I can't follow it. I feel old and slow. More equipment? That's right, a grenade launcher that sits on your shoulder. Cool. The Cacodemon, holy shit, he charges right at you to bite your head off. And in this game, when you wail on demons for long enough, they start losing pieces and degrading before your eyes. It's so cool. I remember seeing that originally in Quake 2 where it would change skins to look more damaged, but here the entire mesh starts falling apart. I cannot overstate the quality of the craftsmanship on display here. And the way to stagger a cacodemon is, are you ready for this? You shoot a grenade into its mouth. Overall, the monsters seem way more aggressive than before, crowding you, firing anywhere between 2 and 4 times the projectiles they used to, and faster, and there's twice as many monsters in this game, so at any given time than in Doom 2016, it seems like, so that's 4 projectiles for every monster times 2, and it never lets up! Tentacles now! These things just hang around on the floor, or under liquid, and pop out, and fuck them, they can take a flying fuck into a jet engine. You want to get a sense of how Doom Eternal's fights are going to go? Here's the first taste, right here in this wobbly skyscraper. The first place Doom Eternal decides to take its training wheels off. I wasn't ready. These enemies will rush you hard, way harder than last time. They crowd you. Jesus Christ! Thank God the loading times are short. Another cacodemon? Another Arachnotron? It's the first level, Doom Eternal! Holy shit! Are you sure this isn't a sequel to Plutonia? As soon as I'm addressing one problem, like a bunch of projectiles coming at me, I have another one on deck ready. It's ultra-violence, so I guess I asked for this? The first quarter to third of this game, if you're new to it, can be summarized by this right here. Low health warning, low ammo warning. We all said Doom 2016 was unbalanced and too easy, and now we're paying for it. Oh my god, what is with all these bottomless pits? You don't die or take fall damage, it teleports you back and takes some health away, but why? Why are they here? It's all over the place. Was this city a mile above sea level? Is this Denver? Jesus, give me a fucking break! I'm not complaining that the game is too hard, I'm on ultra-violence. Ultra-violence should be hard. The game tells you in tutorials and messages what you have to do. Use the chainsaw a lot, it's bound to its own key, and it's an instant attack now. It might as well be one of your hands for how much you're gonna need to use it, and you will have to integrate it into your play, or else you're gonna have a bad time. Doom Eternal really hammers home that it's not going to be a walk in the park. You're going to die. The demons are deadlier than they've ever been. You think Doom Guy cares?
How can this be? No man can pass through the gate. This stops nothing. You will not save them from their judgment.
Yeah, shut up, whatever you guys are. It's here you're introduced to the main antagonist of the game, Khan Maker. Okay, Katie, get it ready. Get it ready. Now. You want to stop seeing that clip? Stop naming your bad guys Khan. Khan Maker wants you to stop saving humanity because she's using hell and the population of Earth for her own purposes. Doom Guy doesn't give a fuck. He turns his back and walks out into the portal onto his giant space castle, which is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. And the level tallies up combat awards and collectibles, of which there are about 10, 20,000. Little Funko Pops of all the monsters, lore stuff, little cheat code discs, and weapon mods. Just tons and tons of stuff for you to find. If you get all those cheat discs, you can unlock Doom 1 on a terminal inside of the Doom Slayer's collectible room. If you enter a password, you can unlock Doom 2. Steam didn't include the classic WADs that you need to run, so I had to put those in myself. There's this weird filter that makes it look like it's on a CRT monitor, and if you use the chainsaw, Steam did eventually update them with the BFG edition versions of the WADs, and you now open and close doors to load the super shotgun. There's also a rewards screen, which I think is part of BethesdaNet stuff, so naturally most of the time it just sat there loading them and not functioning properly. You know, Because Bethesda? Nice job, Bethesda. You didn't send Civvie a review code, your servers don't work, your fucking DRM was, cracked because you included the non-DRM executable in the game files? Top notch, it just works! On the space station, you got Vega back, glad I backed him up, giving you the flame belch attachment, which is also a crucial game mechanic that you'll need to use, because when you light things on fire and then shoot them, they drop armor for some reason. Doom logic, Sentinel crystals to upgrade your max ammo, health, or armor like the Argent cells in the last game, so of course the first one I go for is health because it's only slightly more of an issue than only having 16 shells, but the second one goes to ammo, so I can have 18 shells? Are you fucking kidding me? So you get to the next level, and it's of course gorgeous. How in the fuck are they gonna get this running on a Switch without making it look like a PS1 era Silent Hill game? Runes. Oh yeah, I remember those. Let's see. Oh, is that some slow-mo? Yes, please. We're running around killing demons, grabbing onto poles and wall climbing a lot. There is entirely too much platforming in this game, at least in the early sections. I'm not opposed to some platforming, not at all. You don't have the dash power yet until later in this level, which is really important, and when I revisited this level later and had those things, it sure made a difference. The game eventually gives you 2 dashes that recharge almost instantly, so again, it becomes less of a problem. What you're looking at here, this is the same level, you're just also in hell for half of it, and look at these spinning fire traps, the platforms that drop when you jump onto them. People compared this to Mario, as any platforming is going to be compared to that, but the movement, the 3 dimensions, the fact that I feel like the game is laughing at me when I fail, the precision you need in order to do some of these things even in the early game feels more like the kind of ribbing cruelty of Crash Bandicoot to me. A lot of these sections aren't too bad, like I can breeze through some of them, no problem, as long as I know what I'm looking for, and other times I'm supposed to flip around on monkey bars, reorient myself in the air, and make jumps that seem designed to be barely doable. Or maybe I climb a wall in the right place and it throws me off anyway. At least you get a plasma gun. The plasma gun is a lot more useful in this game because you counter shields with it, and when you knock somebody's shield out, it doesn't just lower. No, it explodes! Awesome! Won't be long until you run into some more bullshit that absolutely doesn't belong in this game. That's this purple slime. Instead of doing cool shit like animating the Statue of Liberty with it, you move slower, you can't jump, dodge, or really do much of anything, and there are also these goddamn tentacles hiding under it. And they bring it back later too, they know exactly what they're doing, and they sick Hell Knights on you while you're in the slime that makes it so you can't move, so you can't do the thing you absolutely need to do in order to dodge a Hell Knight's attack. Let me tell you, for the first few hours of this game, I was getting progressively more miserable, wondering what the designers were thinking, because everything in Doom Eternal is purposeful. It's not like they didn't know what they were doing. They reintroduced Revenants, which haven't changed much from Doom 2016 other than there being way more of them. New monsters show up, the Gargoyle, who's like a flying imp and should be chainsawed whenever possible. So about halfway through the second level, you collect something called a Sentinel Battery, which you use to open up other areas in your space castle, which have some interesting things in them. For one, you're going to need a lot more of those batteries because they open a bunch of other doors. You need a pair of them to open anything. Behind these doors is stuff you'll encounter in other levels. Slayer crystals, weapon mods, suit tokens. Let me just stop for a minute and contemplate this. The space castle has its own currency and it locks you out of certain rooms. Oh, what's this? I know which door I'm opening first. The space station has towers. The stairs are broken on this one and I have to power my way up. What, is Dracula up there? In case you don't get enough demon fighting in your demon fighting game, there's even a practice arena. The game gives you the ice bomb attachment now too, so going into the third mission, which is another huge, beautiful, and expertly crafted map, because of course it is, you see what this game is doing to me? It's making me describe good things like they suck. It's been grinding me into the fucking dirt, but now I have the flame belch, the grenades, the ice bomb, the dash, the shotgun, machine gun, plasma gun. This level gives you the rocket launcher, and really starts kicking my ass. The Mancubus shows up, he seems even tankier than ever, my god. And these snakes that whip you and they slither around so fast, I'll give them credit for how well animated this is, but goddamn, they're just murdering me. On the Revenant and the Mancubus, you're supposed to shoot the weak points. I mean, the game never stops telling you about that. The Revenants in particular are barely a problem after you blow off their cannons. The Mancubus, I don't want to be anywhere near them and I don't want to have to spend all my damn time sniping their cannons. But then... there's a bit where you get the super shotgun that I like. I won't spoil it here. You may have seen it in the, well, all of the promotional material. It has a grappling hook that attaches to enemies. Grappling hook, double barrel, meet slow-mo, meet... Oh, God, this is too good. Here's the deal. Doom Eternal needs to introduce all its mechanics, all its new stuff, all the stuff that's changed since the last game. And the player has to get eased into all of this, and it's pretty overwhelming at first. But over the next hour or so, my misery started to go away. Everything started clicking. Everything the game was trying to do came into focus, and finally I had everything I needed to get the most out of it. And now the combat, more frantic than ever, the monsters more vicious, everything is designed around you having the abilities that you now have, and it starts to blow Doom 2016 out of the water. The game starts to kick all kinds of ass, up and down, across dimensions. I hate to say this, but I had to get good. Shout out to the people who abused that term so hard that I feel like an asshole for even thinking it. From here on out, it's spoiler talk, so be warned. I took a break from the unrelenting intensity of Doom Eternal to look at one of the pre-order bonuses, which is Night Dive's official re-release of Doom 64, and it's great. Like, it feels better and more complete than Doom 64 EX does, the movement feels like it's been tweaked, it looks a little better, though for the default Doom 64 experience, turn the gamma down, there you go. It's a whopping 96 megabyte download, which is weird since Doom 64 is way smaller than that. It's kind of funny because almost 40 megabytes of it is dedicated to splash screens. One for Bethesda, one for id, one for the Kex engine, one for Night Dive, and one for Fmod. Jesus, I get it. There are new maps, which is more than I would have expected, but totally welcome. They're fun too, a little more crowded with monsters than the regular Doom 64, as to be expected for a new expansion pack for an old game. I play them on Watch Me Die, so maybe that's got something to do with it. The levels are pretty heavy on shotgunners and pain elementals, so be warned. A solid release all around and the best way to currently play Doom 64 as far as I'm concerned. Good stuff. Seeing Doom 64 get a re-release is like seeing someone right a great injustice. So let's get into some story stuff, and get one thing out of the way right goddamn now. Doomslayer is 100% confirmed to be OG Doom Guy, found and recruited by the Night Sentinels, having gone completely insane after fighting demons for so long. This is first hinted at a line in the second level that gave me chills.
You are but one man. They are no longer your people to save.
I swear they show his face in this game just so he can look pissed off. That line implies that the Doomslayer feels a responsibility to the human race, that he is human, and that there was a time when he was responsible for saving the human race, and that he's gonna do that again no matter what these angel wing dicks say about it. Don't believe me?
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
A lot of this exposition is contained within a single level when you go to Sentinel Prime to track down another one of those Hell Priests. They also want Origin energy, and if humanity has to go extinct to help them out, then that's what's gonna happen. You know, unless one of their own gave a human godlike power at some point in the past because he was so good at killing things.
Take it. It will give you strength.
You know, you sound just like a dude I know who put his brain in a robot body.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen.
Yeah, Samuel Hayden ran the same kind of shit by me in the last game. It's not gonna work. You know, you even kind of look like him.
If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago.
Daisy? Yeah, this whole level dumps backstory onto you through dialogue and codex entries. It's cool, I guess. I stopped to read all about the history of Argent D'Nur, the Sentinels, and how the Doomslayer rose in their ranks to be a well-respected demon killer, better than any of the other Sentinels, able to prove himself in the combat arena of... Oh. Oh no. Oh no. There's some very light but noticeable cringe this time around. Like the Doom guy talking and actually quoting the Doom comic, there's probably some voice actors that can sell bad dialogue, but they didn't hire one for this game, and they play up the Doom guy as basically a god, to the point where there are some audio logs that actually sound like they were recorded on a cell phone by a desperate scientist. but...
His fury surpassing their own. He is faster, more relentless. I believe him now to be more than just a man. He is Doom.
Oh my god. And don't even get me started on
hey, Civvie.
Hi, Cancer Mouse.
Did you get the social commentary going on? Certain people were very
Oh, dear God, this is what my life is now, isn't it? It's cringe and radioactive mice and occasionally a little flaying to spice things up.
Now, Civvie, on college campuses, kids today are too
Oh man,
soft.
college kids are more left-wing than the rest of the population. Holy shit, when did that start? All the people who watch my show are boomers, probably like 65 and older. I bet they really hate it when the doctors claim Aw, kids, it wasn't painful forever. Just like in the last game, you gotta get yourself some gear and upgrade it. The weapons, oh. The heavy machine gun is a bit of a letdown. It is mostly for sniping with that scope mod. The chain gun no longer has a wind-up, so you just get the mobile turret and you have the best of both worlds. The rocket launcher is a little slow, almost identical to the last games with the, mastery shrapnel taken out, but okay. The Gauss cannon no longer has siege mode, and it's called a ballista. It has that precision shot thing from before, but now that also attaches an explosive. The siege mode is replaced by a huge wave of energy. That's pretty nice, but the frantic combat kind of makes it hard to charge up any kind of attack. The super shotgun, not quite as OP as before, but like the meat hook can be mastered. So that it's also on fire, and when things are on fire, they drop armor, so... Oh my God, that's beautiful. The shotgun has that auto-fire mod, right? But for that to be any good with the limited ammo, you need to master it, and then it's perfect for taking on groups of small enemies because they drop shotgun ammo when they die. The BFG is still the BFG, but now you can only hold 2 shots and it doesn't bind to a key. It costs 30 Argent cells to fire, which is weird. The pickups are BFG cells, so shouldn't you just use 1? See, the game also has the Unmaker, the real BFG. Remember when they had an Unmaker in Doom 64? Well, now Doom Eternal has one, and it's totally Gen Z'd it by adding an unnecessary Y to the name. And getting it is no easy task. What you have to do to get the Unmaker is get 6 keys. You can get one inside of 6 of the levels hidden behind Slayer gates. Slayer gates take you to combat arenas that are even more brutal than the standard ones, going so far as to introduce monsters early. You get those 6 keys and unlock the Unmaker just in time for the point of no return part of the campaign, where it won't let you go back to the hub area until you've finished. The levels progress linearly, but you can go back using a mission select screen. So what does the Unmaker do? Basically, it's kind of like the Doom 64 weapon, except instead of lasers, now you know what, it's the spread gun from Contra. Certainly not bad. Very useful in that last chapter, let me tell you. Slightly more ammo efficient than the BFG, though that really doesn't say much. Yeah, around level 4, I turned the difficulty down to hurt me plenty, because... It does get easier when you find the rhythm of the game's combat, but who has that kind of time? People in quarantine? I did go into the master levels in UV, and that's going okay, I guess. Doom Eternal is full of moments. Little moments like finding Samuel Hayden again.
We don't know how to access his main cortex. It's all alien. We couldn't figure it out. We have to, prepare for his careful extraction. We were given specific orders.
His life signal is barely readable.
And this scheme to get deep under Mars' surface by shooting Mars with a giant orbital BFG?
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
Once you get over the game's learning curve, it's mostly awesome combat broken up by occasionally irritating platform sections. You're gonna be too busy dealing with new monsters. Pain elementals are back. Fuck them. Barons of Hell are now Fireborn Barons. Cool, oof. Tyrants are cyber demons in everything but name. Archviles come back and shoot fire and spawn monsters and buff existing monsters. However, his glory kill is my favorite. Like a few of the other monsters, the Archvile has a shield that you can destroy with a blood punch. Which is, you know what, Blood Punch should tell you everything you need to know about it. Save for the returning Cyber Mancubus who turns into a regular Mancubus with one Blood Punch, the game tells you to Blood Punch his armor off, but then he always splatters that toxic green shit everywhere. What's a Doom Hunter? Who cares? It's a tank. It's also the first boss, and it didn't help my early game saltiness when after fighting the first one, the game made me fight 2 more. But none of them are as devious or deadly as the Marauder. Yeah, you remember in the trailer you had that guy who was all like,
You were nothing but a usurper, a false idol. My eyes have been opened. Let me help you to see, Slayer.
this motherfucker right here. He's a Night Sentinel that chose to serve Khan Maker instead. He can only be hit in very small windows when his eyes glow green or else he puts a shield up. The BFG does basically fucking nothing to him. He sends some kind of ghost dog after you. I was just gonna use the regular Ghost Dog movie, but then I found this and went kind of down a rabbit hole with it.
And his lucky guardian angel is one of the few friends he can truly count on.
Good morning, Dad.
Morning.
Look.
What the fuck? He shotguns you, tosses fucking Argent axes? Oh, he is the absolute worst. He's taken the crown from the Archvile. Fuck him and the ghost horse he rode in on. If you want an effective strategy against the Marauder, travel back in time and prevent id from putting him in the game. Other than that, when his eyes go green, hit him with the super shotgun or the ballista. Or both. So there was that part I didn't want to spoil before when you get the super shotgun, which you do by possessing a revenant. I don't know, it was a nice little distraction, a welcome change of pace for a few minutes. I did end up pretty much maxing everything out, and I did get all the cheat discs. I can't stop and show you each one individually, that would take forever, so here's all of them at once. Khan Maker wants to start some shit. You killed all her Hell Priests and saved the world, so she decides to resurrect the Icon of Sin, which is a bad idea. Not just because Doom Guy shows up, stabs it in the heart, which is... I knew from the start of this game I'd have to kill that big bastard again, might as well fuck her over in the process. She's looking for a fight too, and she saps a few of my lives with this floor is lava bullshit. Other than that, the rocket launcher seems to work well for taking her health down. Again, this is on Hurt Me Plenty, so your experience may be different. There's one weapon I haven't mentioned, the Crucible. You don't get much ammo for it, but my god, it is another insta-kill weapon that can down cyber demons. I'm sorry, tyrants. And you need it because the game goes all out in the final level, back on Earth heading for the Icon of Sin. And if you thought he was a problem when he was just a wall, the Icon of Sin took all of my lives. I was down to nothing before I stopped, breathed, assessed the situation, remembered what the game had been telling me to do this whole time. Run around, chainsaw, resupply, glory kill, get health, use the crucible because you don't have time to deal with these monsters, take health, resupply, run, shoot off the armor, shoot off the body parts under the armor. And then, it's over. No, it's just over. There's some narration.
And you will be their savior. Your strength will be their shield, and your will their sword. You remain unbroken, for your fight is eternal.
It's kind of a shit ending, but at least it doesn't sequel bait. Unless you count saying that he's going to be fighting demons forever. For better or worse, Doom Guy is a superhero now.
Many look to the Slayer now for answers, but his whereabouts remain unknown.
Now the Slayer sits in his space castle watching over the world as it rebuilds, hoping no one is dumb enough to try and invade Earth again. Honestly, I have no idea where this series can go from here. How can you make it any faster or more frantic? It's not possible! But for now, I think I'm content to blast the shit out of demons in this for a while longer. So the next time the Earth is in trouble, they just gotta call the Doom Guy.
Question. How do we call him?
He gave us a signal.